Hey fellow, hey guys. So, uh, okay, so I was just watching a video on YouTube just like seconds ago by Exerbia. The video was introduction to music, and at some point along the video, he said something like, if you've got time to watch a YouTube video, you got time to learn a musical instrument, something like that. And then I realized that's something that a lot of people who seem like they got their shit together tell those who want to get their shit together that they have the time to do that. So just do it. But then again, my mind thought, but that's not the problem that they're having. It's not about that they don't have time. They know they have the time. Everybody knows that, but they still don't do it. That's not the struggle that they're having. That's not the thing that they need help with, you know? Oh shit, sorry. Anyway, I'm driving, so excuse the camera angle here. Yeah, so, excuse me for a sec. Crap, I can't go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I should not drive while I do this. Anyway, yeah, so, oftentimes, a common advice that you give someone who's trying to learn a new instrument, learn a new hobby, learn to code, to start a new project of some sort, you often tell them that they have the time to do that, right? Like essentially time is the thing everyone looks at first. They think, but you have the time, right? You have the resources. You can just go online and you learn it, and then you do it. Yeah, sure, it's gonna take you some time. You might have to like practice an hour a day, 2 hours a day. That's not a lot of time, and over time, over the days and the weeks that go by, if you do it just a little bit every day, you'll get very, very far ahead. And the guy who's receiving this advice, he knows that. They know that if they do it just a little bit every day and they have the resources online, they can just do it, and over the span of a couple of weeks, maybe, and not a couple of weeks, but a few weeks and maybe a few months, they will be so far ahead into this thing. They know that, but that's not the struggle that they need help with. That's not the thing that is stopping them at their tracks. And so if you really want to give someone advice on that kind of crap, you don't want to tell them something that they know, because again, that's not going to help them. It makes a lot of sense, but it's not going to help them. I rambled like too long now. Anyway, I truly believe that, and I kind of think the Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, if you've heard of him, agrees with me on this. Agrees with me. No, I think I agree with him on this. Anyway, it's that like the factor and the millions or the tons of variables at play here that you need to work on in order to get someone to like start a new project or to learn a new skill is not to convince them that, oh, they physically can do it, so they should just do it. No, it's like to get them like, okay, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's like they don't believe that they can do it. They intellectually agree with you if you tell them they can do it, but they don't believe it deep down that they can put in the effort and get and reap the rewards that come out of that effort. They don't believe that. One second. Yeah. All right. So they don't believe that if they actually attempt this, that they will succeed or that it will work out. They believe that if they try, this is a common belief here, is that if they even attempt, that they will fail quickly, and the perseverance required to try again and again, they believe that they don't have that. And it's possible that part of why they believe that is that their subconscious, irrational mind doesn't see the picture beyond the barrier, beyond the obstacle that you're telling them they can overcome. Again, they always intellectually agree with you if you tell them that, but that doesn't help them, because the problem is not in their rational conscious mind, it's below that. It's in their irrational subconscious mind, and you can't reason with that. That's not how you can help them. If you really want to help them out with this crap, or if you think if you believe that this is a similar problem that you're having and you want to help yourself out, you don't use reason. That doesn't work. You don't use rationality. That doesn't work, because the problem is not in your rational mind, it's in your irrational subconscious mind. And so to overcome what you need to overcome in order to, say, practice or to learn this new skill or start a project, the constricting factor here, the neck in the pipe, so to speak, is not something you can rationalize or reason with. It's not at all like that. Not at all. No, you don't use logic. You use more like emotions in order to play with it, to practice it, to strengthen it, such that you can not be as scared of it as you are now. And then you can actually try, and then you persevere, and then you succeed, and then you keep on going, and then you actually move on with your life and you get your shit together. It's a very common practice to try and reason with someone, to try and rationalize with them, to intellectually convince them that the road is paved for them towards the destination that they like. But that doesn't change anything, because they subconsciously perceive that road as a scary, unknown monster. And you can't reason with that and tell them, look, it's not a monster, we built it ourselves. It's made of brick and shit, right? Not actually poop, but I mean, it's made of brick and stone and whatever else that we built it with. But we built it with our bare hands. We know what it's made out of, and it's not scary. It doesn't change anything, because the irrational mind, again, I'm trying so hard to emphasize this, but saying it over and over again, I guess, doesn't really help much. But it's really important to understand that to overcome this kind of crap, the majority of your efforts should not be on your rational mind. That's easy. You just Google something and you get the answer. That's it. That's not what you need to work on. It's your irrational mind. It's qualities such as perseverance and courage and bravery, and if you intellectually believe that some scary thing is not actually dangerous for you, it's not a blade that you have to stay away from, but it's like a toy sword. It's like a balloon or something. Courage is to play with that, even though you're subconsciously scared of it. I guess that's courage or bravery. Those are the stuff that you need to work on, and you need to. Again, I didn't say this in this video, so not again. But this whole thing is very, very brand new to me, so I can hardly articulate it. But because of how critical it is in making your life better in every which way, and to grow and to move on with the things that you're scared of, all that crap, and to fight your irrational anxieties all over the place, like social anxiety, rationalizing it does not work. It really does. The very first step, you need to know that if you expose yourself to that fear, that source of anxiety, that you're not going to actually be harmed. That's the only place that your rational mind comes into play. But other than that, after you know that you're supposed to feel safe with this crap, you work on your irrational subconscious mind. This video is terrible. I did not I didn't give you lots of meaningful information. I just said the same things over and over again. But I'm just trying to find the words to articulate here what I mean by not using reason. You see, in my case, I just came from a trip to Dubai, my neighbor country, basically. It's not really a country, but the UAE is the neighbor country. And for many years, I was terrified of traveling. I've traveled in the past, I think 4 or 5 times. I think 5 times, maybe 4. But in those times, I was never responsible for anything, including myself in this entire trip. Everything was handled for me. I didn't pay for basically anything. I just went with the flow. I just was part of the group that was already going there. So it was never really an explorative experience. I never really learned much of anything, really. But this time, I went with my friend, just me and him, and this trip to Dubai, I was trying to push myself to go for 2 fucking years. I finally did it. I got back yesterday, and everything I did there was not focusing on my rational mind. Everything I did there was my irrational mind, like just to sit back and observe in a way that I learned from reading the book Mastery. It's called deep observation, which is it's a passive mode where you just observe and learn, just take in data about the real world. You don't judge it, you don't constrict yourself to that exposure. You open yourself up and you let it in as it is, and you observe it. And that trained my irrational mind to not be scared of the environment there and the experiences there, and just like separating myself from the safety of my friend's territory, because he knows he's experienced in travel and shit, from separating myself from him and to do something on my own. I was able to do that towards the end of the show. Oh shit! Towards the end of the trip, and I was able to do that because I spent the trip learning and observing everything I could, such that I teach my irrational subconscious mind that there's nothing to be scared of. That the things that I usually perceive to be scary and unknown and dangerous and terrifying, I showed my subconscious mind that is not supposed to be scary, and I exposed it to that scary parts, and then it understands that, oh, there's nothing to be scared of here. I understand, and then you continue on not being scared of it. So I rambled for quite a lot, and I hope I made a point. I cannot really tell. I hope I made sense in this video. But my main point in this video here is to try and inform you that if anytime you come across a situation where you or someone else wants to do something, or wants to actualize something of any kind, whether it's to read something, learn something, ask something, do something, whatever it is, or commit to something, and you see that the reasons are not purely rational and practical and utilitarian. It's kind of like, if I want to play music, but like I have the time and I have the money to buy what I need to buy, and I have the place to do that, but I still don't do it because I give myself excuses like, I don't feel like it, or I'll do it later, it's not that important, it's okay, I don't really care, it's just an idea, it's not that, that's kind of excuses. I mean, unless I actually don't want to, that's a different story. But I'm talking about if you actually want to, but you don't do it, and your reasons for not doing it don't make reasonable sense. Like, if you don't, I hope I wasn't blocking the microphone. Anyway, because I think I blocked the microphone in my finger just now. Anyway, so if the reasons are like, I don't have the money to pay for the musical instrument, that's understandable. If I have 3 jobs and I don't have time to even sleep, understandable. Those are actual practical reasons to not take on this hobby of playing music. But if the reasons aren't like that, if the path between me and and that hobby is clear, and I still don't do it, then you know the reasons are irrational and subconscious, and you know that what you need to do, like reasoning with that person, will never get you anywhere, ever. That's a futile endeavor 100% of the time. I'm running out of time. I hope I made sense here. And yeah, I really hope I made sense, because I think this is, a lot of people need to understand this. Funnily enough, I'm rationalizing this message. I don't. Yeah, again, this is new to me, so I'm going to articulate it better in the future. Thank you for watching. Running out of time, and bye.